All right, so we're going to do a review on Eureka Gold Sands. This is out of British Columbia. It came with a gold vial. He puts a magnet in there as well to help with the black sands. This was $35 with shipping, like I said, from Canada. And we're just going to open it up. One of the things I thought was interesting about this seller is he mines in one of the only platinum deposits as well around the world, and so part of what he talks about is that there's platinum included in every bag as well. Obviously, as you know, platinum has a little more value than gold, so really gray material. A rounded river rock, it looks like, but let's see if anything extra there pops out. So it's 1.5 pounds. Like I said, I'm going to get a sifter. We'll sift through this, sift it down into the rocks, and then we'll go from there. Hold on. All right, so again, we're just going to sift this through. Here, relatively quick from Canada. He does take a little bit of time after a payment's cleared before you ship, but he does tell you that in his description. It takes about 5 days from the time you make your payment, and he did ship it out before that too. So just gonna start right with these rocks. Doubt much will be in here, but all right. I always like to just wash off the rocks one time and look through them, see if anything sticks out. I know sometimes gems and other things, they're kind of obvious. And so the other thing too, like I said, is he did say there's platinum nuggets in here, and so I will go through these afterwards as well with a magnet and see if there's anything magnetic. And to be quite honest, I don't know what platinum looks like in its raw state, so I'll have to look that up too and make sure I'm not missing the platinum. So again, just like you're panning your material, pan out those rocks as well. He does claim that he's been selling Paydirt for a long time. The other thing that I'll get into as well is he does have an adventure service in Canada where he can take you out prospecting on the claim. He's got some other options, and I'll put up those websites too. After the bag was shipped, I did talk to him a little bit, and he told me about some of the other services. I do like to talk to sellers a lot of times before I actually do the review, after the product shipped, obviously, so they don't know the product's being reviewed. But to give you guys a little bit more information on a seller, he's very, very good with communication. Like I said, response time, I think any email I sent him, I got back from him in a day at most. So there's a nice little chunk there, a couple chunks actually. So you can see those couple pickers there, or a nice picker there. And so, like I said, yeah, he also said he's been doing it for about 10 years. Does claim to be one of the first Paydirt sellers as well that you could buy Paydirt from off the internet. Again, out of British Columbia, or not Columbia, British Columbia, Canada, excuse me. Whoops, I think that might have been that platinum nugget that I just threw off, but okay, we'll go back for that in a little bit. Again, we're saturating that material. Gold can't work its way to the bottom unless it's that water has been saturated all the way through the dirt to let it be the heaviest thing and to drop down. So, till you see those black sands, pull it back, re-stratify it. Again, I like to give some taps and then just let those vents do the work. This will be my first video since deciding not to retire right now. And again, thank you guys so much for your support and reminding me that I didn't do this channel for the sellers and the jerks that we deal with that just have to comment about anything. I did it for honest people just trying to learn about the joy of prospecting and gold fever and how to pan, and the people that want to be gods or claim that they are, we're just going to forget about them. So if you're a gold god, stop watching now. Again, we talked about prospecting and what you want to do. Why people buy concentrates. One, they're either too far away from an area or they live in an area that's not gold bearing, or two, they don't have a claim. They don't know what to do. Different states have different regulations and laws. Some states you can't use a sluice, or you can't use gas-powered equipment, but you can use battery-powered equipment. And so know your regulations before you go prospecting. The safest way, usually when you are prospecting, is a shovel and a pan. Most states, I want to say, do allow that. So that's really kind of the safest route to go if you are going to go out prospecting. And then, like I said, the other thing that people do a lot of times with this dirt is they use it on their equipment. They use it on that sluice or their Keen high bank or their Gold Hog mats to make sure that they're actually set up right, that they have their angles right, and that they're catching the gold, rather than going out and wasting all that time and energy on what it takes to find a gold bearing area and then not knowing if your equipment's right. And so, we talk about return on investment just because it's the only way to really try to give you guys a comparison of what a product is next to the next product. Like I've said before, and people critique me on this, but right, buying Paydirt isn't an investment. If you're looking for an investment, buy the gold itself, buy the coins, buy silver, do what you need to there. This is really a hobby and enjoyment. The big thing with the return on investment, like I've talked to you about before, is we're trying to spend a decent amount of money, but to get a decent amount of gold too. None of us want to lose and not get any gold. Obviously, you guys have seen reviews on my channel where there's definitely those sellers that are trying to screw people. They're charging in reality. Most of those sellers are adding gold to their bags. The great thing about it is we just had a seller recently with Gold Strike Adventures. He gives your formula. He tells you exactly how much gold he's going to put in the bag, in addition to what you'll actually find there naturally. He takes it out of gold-bearing areas where he's doing his adventures, bags it up, and then salts it. The reality is there's very, very few sellers out there that don't salt. And there you should be even more understanding of a return on investment. If you're looking for unsearched Paydirt and you want the chance to find a $3,000 nugget, then you better be willing to also have the chance not to find anything at all. Because if those people truly are not going through it, they don't know what's in it. If they're not salting it, they're giving you the price of just what they've run the equipment for, what they've spent on gas to get it out of the ground, etc. You better be all right with not finding anything. Very rarely do I buy unsearched, completely raw pay dirt. Most of the time when I buy, I'm buying salted or gold added to them. One of the only sellers that I think personally that I would trust with completely unsearched pay dirt would be Prospector John's out of Alaska. He's giving you the dirt that, again, is right off his gravel piles. He has the same thing. He, does adventures for people. It's a roadside place that people pull up to, and they have the chance to pan Alaskan pay dirt right from the ground. And, I've seen people have some great results from him, and I've also seen people not show out too well. But again, he is telling you that straight out, that it is unsearched. He doesn't know what's going to be in it. He has options that you can buy his concentrates if that's what you're looking for. If you want more gold or a guaranteed type of gold amount. Then there's another company in Canada, obviously, called Dirt Hog. They add gold to their mixes. They give you the formula right on it that most of the bags have this or that, and then 50% of the bags or 25% of the bags, 1 out of every 4 or 1 out of every 8 maybe sometimes, more than 10%, actually gets salted with double the gold. So you have that chance of actually striking a little bit of a pay streak. One of Dirt Hog's bags is even called the pay streak bag. And so this seller as well gives you raw pay dirt, and then he breaks it down. I don't know if it's on his website anymore. It used to be. How many bags got this much gold added into it, and then another bag would get this much, and he would kind of randomize the odds that way for you as well. For raw pay dirt, I really thought we'd see a little bit more flour gold. There's a couple pieces here of nice little chunky gold, but I really did think we'd see some very, very, very fine flour gold. And personally, I'm not seeing that right now. Not a lot of black sands in this. The stuff that I did get from Dirt Hog was pretty loaded with black sands. I think they're about from the same area, actually. I don't know how far apart they are, but they're from about the same area of Canada, and so I would expect kind of similar results here. You see a little garnet there. Alright, all in all, not a whole lot there. So, we got those first 2 chunks or 3 chunks that we pulled out right away. There. And then those few specks that were in here. Again, a little bit larger gold, but also, like I said, I would have expected to see a little fine flour gold in this, and I'm really not. There's a couple little flakes here, or little specks, probably neg 20 or so. Maybe you can see them. That right there You can barely see it. Those are the smallest two little flakes that I can see. I'm just going to put a drop of soap in this one. That right there looks like what we'll get out of this one. Again, nice picker, couple pickers there, and then some flakes. So we'll get this weighed up and dried out and get you a review. All right, so that's what we got. 0.3 grams. So I didn't get one of the lucky bags here. So if we're doing the math, that's roughly $13.50 in gold, so about a 30% return on investment. I did expect a little higher. I am going to give him a little bit of a benefit and say that there's a gram platinum nugget in there, but I'll follow up and show you what that looks like when I do find it, and I'll add that into the return on investment. Until next time, guys, may they're out. So overall rating, fast shipping, good packaging. He sends a nice little gift with it, the magnet. I won't use the magnet. I have others. Directions. 1.5 pounds for $35 is a little bit more expensive than other stuff that's out there. So overall, I'm probably going to have to rate him about a 6 or 7 out of 10. And like I said, guys, until next time, may there always be some color in the bottom of your pan.